Mhm. Alrighty. Ego Lift, what's up? Hugh. What's going on, boys? What's going on? What's up? What's up? I got a haircut finally. Oh, ooh, that's a 5 on top and a 1 on the side. That's what that is. I always get the same thing. I get these haircuts maybe 4 times a year. Yeah, same old thing. What am I training today? Basically the same session as yesterday. Lateral raises, warm up with that. Get the shoulders nice and warm. And then straight on the bench for hopefully another 4 sets of 23. If not, hopefully 3 sets of 23. But see what the third set feels like. How many reps in reserve I have on the third set. And then we'll call it from there. But yeah, auto regulate every day. I never really want to die and then die again in another set. I will accept 1 set to failure, but not really looking for that anyway. It needs to be a continual progression over the span of weeks. And I'm looking for those sets of 23 to become more and more comfortable so I can stack more volume. So basically just, yeah, volume gang, basically. You need to get more motivated like me. Well, dude, like, you'd be motivated if you, you know, I don't mean to say this because it's kind of crude, but, you know, what motivates you to get in bed with your missus? What motivates you there? Right? So why doesn't this motivate you? Because you don't want it bad enough. This is not something that you want bad enough. If you want it bad enough, then you'd be doing it. As simple as that. If I told you about my day today, right now it's 7:15. I'm exhausted, dude. I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning. Now it's 7 p.m. and I haven't stopped all day. This is the last thing I'm doing in the day. It's probably going to take 2 hours. Shower, dinner, probably 10:30. I'll be in bed. Every day is like this, dude. And I've got 3 kids. I don't know what your situation is. 3 kids. I just took all of them to basketball, to training session. I ran the training session. But I want this. I really, really want this. I want this for myself more than anything that I want for myself. Obviously, family is important and whatever, but every day I try to do something that's gonna, make me feel good in my own skin. And this is what I love. I want to be that guy that is strong. I want to be that guy that has respect. And results don't necessarily get you respect. It's the character that you display to others. It's the character that you display when you feel uncomfortable. It's the character that you display when it's the rainy day. It's all of that stuff that people find difficult. If you show them that it's doable and you can do it all the time, then you get respect. You don't have to be the strongest in the room, but if you show them certain qualities, basically do what people don't want to do, right? The general population, the people in the bell curve, do not train every day. They don't do anything that's uncomfortable. Why would you want to do something every day when it doesn't get you results? Well, I think there's a lot of value there. I think there is a lot of character to be displayed there. I don't think I want to be that guy that only does things for a benefit, for a result. I don't want to talk to a cleaner at work because he's a poor guy. Why would I talk to somebody that I can't get anything out of? What do I get out of a cleaner? That type of mentality. I don't like that. I speak to everyone, treat everyone equally, and I want to see people that are in my position, let's say, I want to see them see me talking to a cleaner or a homeless guy. I want that. I want them to see that. You know, that's the kind of character that I want to build. And so that's the man that I want to be. And so if that doesn't motivate you to become better in the eyes of your loved ones, your children, the people you care about, if you don't want to become better, you know, like I saw this recently. I thought it was freaking brilliant. You know, when people say, you know, I'll die for my kids. I would die for my kids. You know what people that say that shit all the time? You know what? I would die for my kid. Really? But would you train for your kid? Would you get fit for your kid? Oh, no. I can't do that. I'll die for my kid. No, but getting fit for a kid, fuck that. Not gonna do that. What? You just said to me you want to die for a kid. For your kid. But you don't want to get in shape and be the most impressive guy at school pickup when you go and you're like, damn, that, you know, all the parents are like, that guy's, that holds certain character around him. He stands with an erect posture. He's got something about him, you know. That's the kind of stuff that motivates me. I want to be impressive in my son's eyes. That to me is amazing, man. You know, those are the people that I want to impress. I don't necessarily want to impress, you know, the guys on the internet and other content creators and all of that. Nah, dude. My dad inspired me. I thought he was a fucking Superman when I was a kid. I can't explain to you, you know, I grew up in wartime, you know, lots of trouble in my life. And my dad was this Superman. You know, he did the military thing. He was fit. He could do pull-ups, like sets of 30, like nobody's business. He was a lighter guy. Same height as me, but like light, you know, like an athlete. He could do push-ups. He was just a fit, serious man. No bullshit. When he spoke, everyone listened. That to me is freaking cool, man. You know, that is cool, and that's the kind of person I want to be for my own son. But you don't get that sitting around drinking beers every single day and smoking. You don't get that. Nobody respects that piece of shit. You get that respect through hard work. You need to put in the effort to become someone like that. That's my motivation. You know, that's what makes me tick, man. You know, impress the loved ones, man. Don't you want to make them proud? I want them to be like, man, my dad is amazing. My dad is the best dad. You know, my dad is not fat with a fat gut sitting on the couch drinking 6 freaking beers every night. My dad showed me an example, man. He went to uni, he got a job, he got a roof over our heads. I'm never hungry, and he's also fit and he knows stuff, and I respect that. You know, that's cool to me. What did my dad weigh? Oh, man. When he came back from the war after that stint, holy shit, man. I don't even know if he weighed 60 kilos. Yeah. You don't necessarily put weight during war like that. He lost everything. So he was a light fella, always was. And then he went to that whole mess. He was very, very skinny, man. Ribs showing and everything. But then, you know, now he weighs about, I think he said to me the other day, he weighs 80. You know. I think rear delt work makes more sense that the lateral they see people do because they get leaned and get where's real delt. Josh, I don't get what you just said there, man. Marty, yeah, there you go. I'm sure there's many examples like that. I appreciate what you do, Berg. What you do. I think you touch on a lot of topics that are genuinely really interesting. It's very enjoyable listening to you speak your mind. Also, your views. Vivo is amazing. Appreciate you, that man. Appreciate it, man. That, and I believe that's why I'm getting back into lifting and training now, bro. Got my kids' sports day soon. Need to win the parents' race. Nice, good stuff, man. That's a great goal, man. I think that's awesome. Have a great day, Ivan for president. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, dude. Like, people get to 8% and are like, where are my real delts? Oh, you're talking about real delts. Once again, dude, I sound like a broken record, man, but what are you training for? Rebecca, thank you. Thank you. What are you training for? Like, if you're training to have the biggest rear delts in the room, sure. For me, it's always a question of, like, what am I doing this for? The reason why I'm doing lateral raises is not because, well, whatever. It's just literally I found that this feels the best before I do bench press. And I want my bench press to get to 4 plates. So I'm working towards something. You know, I'm trying to warm up the shoulder girdle before I hit the heavy weights. So I'm using that as that. If you want to get amazing side laterals, side delts, go for it. Wes, dude, you're an inspiration. Please don't quit and keep training. Your dedication has truly dragged me through some tough patches. Oh, Wes, appreciate to hear that, man. You know, bad patches do come in everyone's life. Don't confuse that with anything. Nobody has an easy ride in this thing called life. You know, everyone has troubles. They're gonna come, and more are gonna come, I'm sure. It's just the way you deal with it, man. It's the way you take on life. Become strong, you know. I honestly believe, you know, your mind is a reflection of your body and your body is a reflection of your mind. So if you work on your body and you develop it into a elite specimen, let's just say, there's no way in hell a weak mind can get to an elite specimen physique or performance or power, strength, or whatever you want to call it. So the two go hand in hand. You can't become the best in anything being a pussy. There's no pussies at the top, man. There's just killers at the top. People who have, not killers of other people, but like killers of their own comfort-seeking, you know, pussy brain. You know, everyone wants to be comfortable. But how many people are willing to go through absolute struggles to get to what they need? I mean, you know, like, let's be honest with you. Let's be honest with each other. The only reason we are not where we need to be is because we haven't put in the hard yards. And those hard yards are hard. Nobody wants to do that shit. You know? You want me to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go for a run? Piss off, mate. Piss off. Well, guess what? There is a crazy man out there doing that. There is some crazy dude out there doing that. And he's probably better than you. In what way? Probably physically and probably mentally. Because think about how tough that is to do. Oh my God, Ivan, you've trained 5 years in a row. So what? I don't get excited about that at all. There are people that have done that for many years. Not documented. I'm just documenting this. I'm sure there are nasty, nasty human beings out there. Like absolutely filthy. Never comfortable. Always seeking discomfort. Always progressing, getting better. And those are the people that are inspirational. Those are the people that are leaders. Those are the people that we look up to. You know, Kobe Bryant, 3 training sessions a day. And you're impressed with one of mine. You know, normal people of the normal population get impressed by Ivan training every day. But people that are in the game, man, please, man, this is nothing. I'm a normie. compared to what's out there. Jason, yeah, I got a haircut, man. Duncan, what has been the main contributor to front squat strength? The main contributor to front squat strength. I honestly think it's the whole back. I think deadlifts. I think upper back. I think it's the way I squat as well. Like my upper back cops it sweetly because you know I do high bar, right? I have the bar really high on my back, and then I lean over with it a lot, and that trains your upper back a lot. And so I've kind of secondarily, without wanting to, I've trained my upper back, which is translated well to front squats, purely because I've done the back squatting correctly because of whatever, my leverages or whatever else is going on. Yeah, 5 set. Yeah, that's it. Hello from Russia. Hello. Well, let's get the 4th set on. Execution. There you go. You train every day. It's not a chore. Absolutely. It depends who you are and what you want to do, man. You know, why would something be a chore if it's making me go ahead? You know, nothing's a chore. A chore is basically something that you have to do and you don't want to do it because it gets you nothing. You know, it's one of those things. Is drinking water a chore? Hell no, man. Drinking water is freaking needed, man. I need to drink water, otherwise I'll die. Is that a chore? Still crazy you get 35 sets a week on some things. Is it the 35 sets or is it the something else you learn from the 35 sets a week? I don't know, man. I think volume is king, to be honest. Just get it however you can. And the person that does 35 sets a week of something takes 35 cents of mental fortitude to do it. You see how it's all related? I really like being comfortable. I feel like I can't force myself to do things outside of my comfort zone. How do I break that mindset? Oh, very easy, man. Very easy in my mind. Very easy. Look at the result. 2 options for you, man. Either you pay for it now or you pay for it later. Jason, that is the only thing you need to think about. Everyone pays. Everybody pays. Either you pay for it now by training now and winning later. Winning meaning getting the fruits of that training. Or you don't do anything now, get comfortable, but then you pay for it later. What does that mean? Well, you walk into a room and you look like a pencil neck. You walk into a room and you have nothing to talk about because you have done nothing. You're just a loser, right? You've done nothing in anything. You're just one of those that just is breathing oxygen and shitting food and then dying. Like you've done nothing with your life. That to me is by far a more uncomfortable experience than hitting 4 sets of 23. Without a doubt, man. I see what you mean, though. Just not many weight-wise. Live streams. Yep, live streaming. I'm a man of my word. You answer my question, I'll subscribe. Do you prefer dumbbell, weightlifting, or bench press? Oh, look, the moment you say that you want me to do something and I'll subscribe, I don't need you to subscribe, dude. I don't need you to, I'm not begging for anything, man. Like, if you want to ask that question again without bribing me with a subscription, I couldn't give a crap about your subscription at all, dude. I hate when people do this. Or, you know, do this or show me your muscles and I'll subscribe. Dude, I don't give a crap if what you do. You stay here if you want to stay here. If you don't, just flick it along, and that's it, man. I'm not begging of anything. I just want to hang out with dudes that are like me. Simple as that, man. Execution, Johnny Pencil Neck. I love it. I love the good old pencil neck description. Dude, I'll do anything to avoid being a pencil neck. I don't want to be a pencil neck. I want to resemble a human being, man, you know. Hey, Jim. Why, man? Would you agree that Max is finished? He's done. No idea who Max is. Any cardio lately? Cardio every day, dude. Cardio every day, man. You've heard me breathing with these sets of 23. I'm doing cardio, man. Lots of cardio. Huffing and puffing like a maniac in those 10 sets of deadlifts that I do a week. That's cardio, man. Opa. You're testing me, Allah. All good, dude. All good. Bro's thinking this is OnlyFans with his you do this and I'll subscribe. Duncan. Yeah, OnlyFans. That's right. Yeah. Man, I'll tell you what, Duncan, man. People are willing to sell anything for a buck. I'll tell you that, man. It's a sad state of affairs in this world right now, man. People are willing to sell their souls for $1. What are you going to do with the dollar? Fuck the dollar, man. I don't want your dollar. You know, what I want is relationships with people, quality gatherings, quality connections with people. That's what I'm interested in. I'm not interested in your freaking money. You know, I want people that are on the same wavelength, you know, to brainstorm, to bounce ideas worthwhile. I want quality around me. I don't want trash around me. You know, it's always been the case with me. But nowadays, people will do anything for a buck. You know, when I say buck, I'm talking about a like, a subscription, a sponsor. Freaking people do anything. Dude, I don't hate my life. You know, I'm happy to go into nursing and back. It's a great career. I'm happy. This is a celebration of my training. I love to do this. I love the people that I have. You know, my community is amazing. It's blokes that are interested like me, the same thing as me, and we share ideas. And I freaking love this, man. I love it. Let me warm this up, otherwise. Warmed up. See what's possible today, eh? On the good old bench press. Oh, man. Oh my God, I just did 30. That's too much. I lost bloody count. Oh, man. Sometimes I do a set of 20 with a barbell, and that alone tells me if I'm stronger or not. It's so freaking weird, man. Doing the empty barbell, I'm like, yep, I'll be able to do 4 sets or 3 sets or whatever. I just feel like I can extrapolate that feeling of a barbell to 2 plates. Oh my God, the burn. Oh God. I swear, sometimes I feel like the barbell is the hardest. No rest between these sets. Just pumping away. Oh man. I'm happy to be just a one live stream. East Coast USA lifters checking in. Great routine with live stream Ivan. Best thing at 6 a.m. for me before work. Good to see you, B Watt, man. Good to see you here. Tyler, I don't think it's only fans. I only test the mindset of the bodybuilders. I used to do bodybuilding when I was in high school and stuff, and even when I got out, I was doing logging. I worked. Jack, I think most young men these days are being raised to value comfort over growth. I see how detrimental it is to their mental health. Oh, Jack, man, I'll tell you something, man. If you want good, obedient populace, get them weak as possible, right? Nice little peasants doing exactly what they're told. And the trouble with that is that that's not how you build a country. That's not what built countries around the world. You need strong, abled bodies. Let's just say strong, abled men, to protect, to build. That's what strong countries built on. To protect their families, to protect our women and raise good and help them raise families. That's what it starts. And what I'm doing here, getting strong and whatever, that's part of it, man. No family wins with a weakling pencil neck walking around. No, man. We all win as a society when we're all strong and we uplift each other. So we can't be manhandled by some of these crazy politicians that come and go, Uh, 100 reps before 100 kilos. Yeah, that actually, I didn't even think of that. That kind of makes sense, yeah. 5 sets of 20. Dude, I wouldn't even dream about doing 2 plates straight away. That's asking for something to rip. No messing around with that, man. You gotta get warm. You gotta get everything warm. And when I think back, I did so many stupid things with this squat everyday routine. Going in cold and freaking doing 3-4 sets of singles and then hitting 180. Like, you dumb person. Don't do that. Only causing harm. The trouble is, it's easier when you're doing something that's natural to you, like bench press. Such a natural thing for me, man. Like, nothing hurts. Everything feels well. With the squat, it's not as easy, man. It's not easy for me to get reps with the squat. How's your dead stop work going? I've been slowly I've been slowing the bar just before it hits the ground, like I would on bench. Yeah, it's been going well, man. I literally deload the bar every time I rep, so there's nothing on the bar. And then I pull. A lot more on the traps. I'm feeling glute soreness. I'm feeling after every session. It's a lot harder. I can tell you that. It's a lot freaking harder. And the weight's obviously lower, but there's value there, man. I feel my quads. I feel like I'm practicing the bottom portion of the deadlift, which I suck at. So, no, it's good, man. I'm liking it so far. I'll definitely continue it. It's been, I don't know how long now, a week or two, something like that. Holy strike. All right. Now, it gets a bit serious. 60 kilos. All right. And the next set is where the fun starts. Let's see how the first set feels. I don't agree. Execution, physical fitness is a prerequisite to mental fortitude. You can't be physically weak but mentally strong. Yeah. I don't know if you can't, but I think it's so much easier to be mentally strong when you're physically strong. Absolutes like you can or you can't. I don't like those ideas in life. But for the vast majority of people, if you want to get strong mentally, you get strong physically. Just because there are some freaking serial killers around the play who are like pencil neck, but also like masterminds, whatever. Not interested in that. The majority of people will benefit greatly mentally if they get fit physically. Grbić. Jesi Ivane legendo kako je u Australiji, jel ideš kaj doma nekada? Nisam bio kod nas dugo vremena, men. Evo, u Australiji živimo već 20 godina, men. Sve je okej, živimo, zdravi smo i tako je. Kako si ti? Fan 4L, how much is it 60 kilos to pounds? 132 pounds. 135, there you go. Spot on. Now, a lot of people who achieve great things in intellectual demands have shitty physical health. Sure, they would probably be better off with some exercise and longer lifespan. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure there are exceptions to the rule, but that doesn't mean that excuses the vast majority of what we're talking about here. The vast majority will definitely benefit, without a doubt. Put it this way. Physical fitness is not going to harm you at all. Ajde, nadam se da će i ostati dobro u Australiji. Carski, hvala ti puno. Hvala ti, brate. Živio. Jeff Archer, Thunder Paces. Oh yeah, I forgot about tomorrow. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock Australian time. I'd love the Pacers win. I want to see Pacers. If Pacers are going to lose, I want to see 6 or 7 games. I don't want this quick stuff. All right. Let's see what I can do today. But the case is, if I can't do it today, I'll do it tomorrow. That's the thing. No hard pressure, man. Just put the work in, see what is possible. See what is possible today, man. See what is possible, man. Oh my God, that was a weird set. That was so weird. I felt so slow. Shit. Why does that feel like every rep was so slow? Whew. I don't know what that felt like. That was weird. But I got 23. Whatever. As long as the 23 went up. Yeah, Hallie, man, an incredible run. But he's been pretty shit for the most part. Like, he hasn't been playing well. He's just been finishing amazingly. Hitting all the important shots, but man, he's got to put up more points and be more active. But then again, you know, Thunder are locking him up pretty well. I couldn't believe game one either, man. Incredible. Nice execution. Go get that squat session, man. All the best. Get those reps, man. Fan 4L. That's funny, man. Please dab. I don't know what dab is. Ooh. Ooh. Oh man. Let's see how set 2 feels, eh? Lemon lime squeeze. Finish 2 sets AMRAP of bodyweight squats. Already did push-ups, push day at gym. Just finished off strong. 3 more sets to go. Nice, man. I'm always gonna have respect for bodyweight stuff, man. There's nothing fancy and so effective. Absolutely. You get stronger in that, it carries over. I know it. Getting better at any rep range is not a detriment at all. Respect the volume, absolutely, man. For some reason, my right pec is super tight right now. Pumped. Oh, actually, no, the left is fucked as well. Oh. Oh, man. See, a lot of times, the things that concern me the most is when the muscles get tight, too tight. That kind of tells me, okay, you're not going to get sore because you train every day off and all the rest of it. But when you get tight and you're trying to lift weight, that's when you kind of get into trouble a little bit. So, you know, right now it's feeling a bit tight on the right. But let's see. Hard work will always be hard work. Well said, man. No cheating that. It's just a question of people that want to do it and people that don't want to do it. Look, if you don't want to do it, that's fine, dude. That is absolutely fine. But what's also fine is the result you get from it. It's going to be a fine result. You're going to fit with the masses. Fitting with the masses in everything, not my style. You know, I feel like I want to be good at something, have a voice in something, you know, and not voice in terms of social media. That's nothing. I mean, like, you bump into somebody on the street, and let's say the topic falls on training, and you're like, yeah, nice, man, yeah, cool, huh? And then the guy's like, do you train? And you're like, yeah, I do. So what do you do? I do, you know, I train for strength. Cool, how much can you bench or whatever? 4 plates. You can bench 4 plates, immediate respect. That's my thing. That's what I want to be good at. 4 plates, cool. Straight away, whoever's ever touched a barbell, who's ever touched a squat, deadlift, bench, bodybuilding, powerlifting, weightlifting, immediate respect from that individual, immediate. So that's your topic. You now have value to discuss this topic. You're worthy of something. The doctor that's finished freaking cardiology, you meet a stranger on the bus or on the street, wherever. You get chatting, what do you do? And you're like, I'm a cardiologist. Whoa, that shit doesn't grow on trees. Well done. How many years? I did 15 years to get here. Wow. So we all should have something like that you are good. You know, woodwork, I always said woodwork for some reason. I don't know why I always use the example woodwork. If you know about woodworking, you know how to assemble chairs and tables and furniture, and somebody's talking about something about wood, you're like, yeah, I know about wood. I know all the types of different wood that you could use in all sorts of different applications. I know all the equipment that it comes with, the tools. Straight away, you have a forum. You have something you could pass on to the following generation or whoever is interested in that topic. That's sick, man. I love that. Šta ima, Fresh Prince? Šta ima? Evo, bench press. Ever thought about going to 100 kilos OH press as big benches carry over to a big OHP? That's been my experience. So yeah, hopefully I will try and do that as well eventually. But first, let's keep the bench going. I don't want to interrupt it. Hopefully it'll be really fun to test. Like if you get to 160 bench, so hopefully soon, then 165, 170. It'll be really interesting to see with no training overhead press what it does. Do I just pick up the overhead press and push 100? That would be a really interesting experiment. Maybe I don't do anything. I don't know. Let's see. In my experience, when the bench moves, the OHP moves. So interesting stuff. Alrighty. Let's hit another set, eh? I don't know where to bloody put this camera in anymore, man. So that second set felt tough. Yeah, man, felt tough. Oh, fuck. Ooh, that shit felt tough. But I felt like I wasn't breathing well. The first 8 reps, it was one breath. And then 1 breath to 13. And then from 13 to 20, I think 2 more breaths. Why am I holding my breath so much? Canadian street guy. What's up, man? Appreciate you, dude. The benching is always tucked at the end now, man. When the bench is flying, you gotta feed it, man. The squat every day guy, turns out that he's built for benching more than anything. That's the plot twist. Dylan Mitchell, I've been sub to you for years, but never knew whether you actually squat every day or mixed it up. Nah, I squat every day, dude. Squat every day. At some point in the shift, I'm not at work. At some point in the training session, there will be a squat. In the last few days, it's been front squats. So front squat after bench. Just singles. Because tomorrow, guess what? High volume day on deadlifts. So I'm pushing deadlifts and bench at the moment. That seems to be what's on the menu. The two lifts that actually feel natural to me. Squat is it's a mystery to me. As funny as that sounds, the squat doesn't come natural to me. Bracing at the bottom for the badge. Bracing at the bottom for the breath. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. You're watching the finals, a little boring, something missing, the new era players. Yeah, fresh. Something is missing. It's not like, you know, it's all too friendly, and this is the thing, man. People are so well paid, they're so comfortable. They don't want to die on the court. There's nothing to it. There's no loyalty. It's just different, man. I feel like the fans hurt more when the teams lose than the actual team. I don't know. I seen you squat on a red rock in a gay. Right, shouldn't have read that. That's a waste of time. Do I have any difficulties with recovery, Dylan? Well, of course, like anyone. I just auto-regulate that, you know, I mix it up. The days I feel crap, I do less. The days I feel good, I do more. I have certain ideas what I want to achieve. If I don't achieve them, that's fine. I come back tomorrow and achieve them, and so on and so on. You know? I feel that, Ivan. I have extremely long arms, and when deadlifting, it's much shorter range of motion. Benching sucks for my shoulders, though. Still trying to get bench comfy. Well, this is it. I don't think, it doesn't really matter who you are and what you do. You're going to have something that's well for you and something that sucks. It's just the way it is. When you love something and you're natural for it, that's the perfect scenario. That's the spot that you want to be. But unfortunately, it's not like that every time. And I think part of my personality is falling in love with things that I suck at, you know, falling in love with things that I find difficult. There's part of me that kind of gets a kick out of it. It's like a challenge, you know. Even video games, when the video game becomes easy, I lose interest. I restart again. I love the struggle. I love to work things out, you know. I am not South African. No. It's good to see the difference in physical form affect movement, honestly. Yeah, absolutely. All this stuff is so interesting to me, man. Absolutely. Yeah. Blackbeard, Teach, what's up, man? I'm good, man. How are you? What's going on with you? Dylan, I do combat sports and I had found heavy compounds in the past to fatigue my nervous system big time. My return with some adjustments to recovery. Dude, if your primary thing is not heavy lifting, don't heavy lift. You know, train your metabolic conditioning with weights. You know, or not even, that's probably the wrong term. Like, get fitter with weights. Do sets of 20 to 30. There's no reason to be dying under, you know, sets of 5. There's no need for that. Just, you know, throw some weights around for heaps of reps, heaps of sets. Oh, Enoch Lee, without a doubt, the weights at home feel heavier. Without a doubt, it's not even close. I don't know why, but they do. Am I playing any video games at the moment? Yeah, I got the Oblivion remastered. You know, I'm an Elder Scroll fan. Have been for bloody 20 years. I've played it maybe for like 20 hours or something, 20, 30 hours. you know, mostly in front of the kids. The kids love the scenery and all the rest of it, the cartoony nature of it. But you know, they love the view of it. And then I started playing 2K24 again. You know, messing around with basketball when I can. And then as of like a couple of days ago, my son's like, Dad, let's play Skyrim again. So I've started playing Skyrim again. Started another character. You know, messing around when I have time. I don't have a lot of free time, man. You know, work, kids. You know, there's a lot going on. Tried to compress shoulders. Always struggle more at home. Yeah, I still have an Evo, man. I had an Evo. Yeah, I've got an Evo. It's still here. I've had it now for 7 years, something like that, 7, 8 years. I work out with my bro, and recently after we finished working out, we kind of kissed a little bit. Big fan, brother. You made me get into squatting myself. Good stuff, Blackbeard. Am I from Sarajevo? No, I'm not from Sarajevo. No. Close though, very close. Oh man. I honestly don't think I'll be able to do the third set. My chest, maybe I screwed up the breathing. Well, there's only one way to find out. I'm gonna try breathe more often, but it's tough bracing and breathing. Anyway, enough talking. Let's see what I can do here. Right. Oh Lord, that was tough. So I managed 4 yesterday, and today barely 3. So that means yesterday I'm really taxed me. Well, that's how it goes. You can't just jump on 4 sets and just smash through. Every other day, hopefully 4. String a few of those together, and then maybe a couple in a row or something. Whew. But I missed all this stuff. Fucking can't keep my hands up. Oh God. Thanks, fellas. Thank you. Oh, Josh, yesterday was my first time hitting 4 sets of 23. I've done 9 sets of 20, but since I've gone up with the 23s, I've managed 3 sets. Actually, no, the first time it was 2 sets. And so I'm slowly creeping up. Yeah, yesterday was the first time 4 sets. Today again 3 sets. But yeah, take it as it comes. You know, some days I'll recover better than others. Obviously, it's up and down. That's expected. It's all part of it, man. Just keep on at it. How much protein do I get in a day? Got no idea, dude. I just eat and that's it. Whatever the cravings are, I go for it. The body has evolved for thousands of years, man. We don't need to play dumb with it. You will crave what you need. And if I feel like meat, I'll eat meat. If I don't eat meat. Some nights I just don't want to eat anything. I don't need those nights. Who knows what the body's needing? Sometimes it needs a bloody rest. So you don't force food down. Maybe it's dealing with something. Let it. I'm in South Australia, man. So yeah, it's cold. I don't know what it is now. Probably like less than 10 degrees, I suppose. I don't know, something like 10 degrees. Yeah, we're in winter now, yeah. All right. Now I've got a front squat, which is a lot more fun, I can tell you, than SSB. Now I've got to readjust some of this business. Now I got to move my microphone so it doesn't snap. I don't want to snap the microphone, eh? Oh, I'm going to clean this thing onto the rack and get a few sets here. Oh my God, my chest is screwed. I gotta stretch my freaking wrists after all the benching. The worst set is the worst. The first set is the worst, rather. Oh. am I missing? Do you remember which day was the hardest to get through? Oh, dude. There's been many. Many. In terms of like flat out effort, probably one of the pig squat routine days, definitely. That shit's always gut wrenching. In terms of just overall, probably one of the sick days when I had the illnesses, and I had many. Probably one of those. It's hard to pick one, dude. It's very hard. You know. There's many challenges. All right, try and keep a whole hand on the bar this time. Yeah, I did one not too long ago, maybe like a month or something ago. And that was tough. Yeah, that's right. I'll sit down a lot. I sit down every day. So what's this? 130. 130 on the bar. These are so hard on the lower back for some reason. The hip flexors. Man, that's so tough on the upper back. Oof. Do a power clean. Well, I did one at the start to get the bar onto the rack. Nice, power 36. E36, good work, dude. Keep on. All right, 150. The thing with bench press is that it ties your deltoids out, and keeping the bar racked in this position seems to be much poorer after bench press. And that's what's screwing me over with these sets. All right, let's Do a nice little set here. Nice little rep. Oh my God, that is so disgustingly heavy. Yeah, that's rough. That is rough as. Oh man. Zaboodle, what's up, man? Huh. It's nice to sit down, that's for sure. Oh. I always look forward to tomorrow, absolutely. Session to session. There's always something good ahead tomorrow. Oh, I mean, I've got a, you can see it here, I've got a belt squat machine. I think both are great. If I had to go with one over the other, I think I would say leg press. Only because it suits me better. And I've had a lot of success with it, with the leg press. So I'd say leg press. Yeah, it's hard to choose, definitely. You know, this is the thing, what I learned is that nothing is going to be good forever. You know, when I had that good period leading up to the deadlift and the squat PR last year, at the end of last year, you know, I spent, 4 or 5 weeks with the belt squat, hitting sets of 10. Then I went to the gym and I did hack squats, spent 4 weeks doing that. That was great. And then after that, I started doing leg press. And around the leg press period just as I started leg press period, I hit a deadlift, hit a squat PR. And then at the end of the leg press period, I ended up hitting a bunch of deadlift PRs. So, you could probably immaturely say, oh yeah, it's a leg press, but also the work amongst all of these machines was great. And you need to change the stimulus somehow, So if you could have all of them, that would be best, but obviously we don't have that much space, and all of them take a lot of space. And then when you're not using it, it's kind of annoying. I mean, I've not used this damn near 9 months, and I want to, but it's just not the flavor of training right now. You know, bench press is the focus right now. But I'm sure there will be a time where it's not the focus, and you know, I'll do something else. Although I think the realization with me is that the bench press is the most gifted lift that I'm for me. So if I'm going to reach elite levels on anything, it's probably the bench press, because I have a negative wingspan. It's probably the one I'm built for the best. Not, you know, having that long arm, probably poor for the deadlift, and having these long legs, probably poor for the squats. So bench press is probably the one that I should be spending most of my energy on. Boris the Blade, what's up, man? What's your experience with training to failure? You think it's smarter to train to failure every set, like actual failure? No. Boris, I really don't think you should do that. My experience tells me otherwise. I think, here, let me stretch a bit while I talk to you. I'm all locked up over here. I think training with reps in reserve is the best way to go. Most of your training should be reps in reserve, and then training to failure. If you think about what failure means, it's essentially hitting a PR attempt. You're attempting a PR when you train to failure. Should we train to failure every time? I do not think so. Whether that failure is a 1 rep max or a 10 rep max, it is equally devastating and equally challenging. So to say to somebody train to failure every day, it's like telling them try to PR every day. That statement does not make sense to me. Nobody does that. Who does that? Now, if you're thinking about hypertrophy, maybe you could do some sort of concurrent periodization where you're changing it up all the time. I don't know. I mean, still, I don't think you can truly train to failure every day, every set, every exercise. I mean, that is, I don't know. Pause deficits. Yeah, I've tried. I've not tried pause, but I've tried deficits. I like them. If I do squat and Bulgarian squat without weight, how many reps? That's a silly question. Who knows? Who knows how many you should do? Depends who you are and what you are and progression and the rest of it. Just start somewhere and then go from there. Ethan, what's going on, man? Good to see you. I'm just stretching while I talk to you guys, so I look kind of funny, but I'm stretching the groin and the hamstrings here. You did them a lot back in the day. Great power off the floor. Oh, for sure. Makes sense to me. Brendan Murray. Hey, Van. Good to see you another live. Hey, dude. What's up, Brendan? Good to see you back here, man. Lava Blasters FC. I love you. I sub and I like. Appreciate it. Thank you. Always appreciate it. Oh, man. This is a great groin stretch. Ivan, do you do any direct tricep work, or is it all from the bench press these days? You know, before this period, I don't know if you guys recall, I did some lives on TikTok. I don't know if you guys were, any of you guys were there. And that was a failed experiment. Weird crowd over there. Very weird crowd. But anyway, I did about, I don't know, 5 to 10 lives or something. And those lives were basically like accessory work. Usually just tricep extensions, really. And I did that for a while, man. Like, I want to say 6 weeks, something like that. And I wasn't doing a lot of benching back then. Something like that. Anyway. And it didn't really affect me at all. Like, for me, you know, the best thing for bench is bench. I don't do any tricep work. I don't do any other work. The only thing I do for my bench press is this at the start of my training sessions, just purely to warm up. I just do that. And then I send it all of my recovery points into bench. I just want to make sure that my elbows feel healthy for bench. And I need to do something for that. And that something is wide grip bench, which is historically not my strongest one. Although now, with all the recent work that I've done, I've actually overtaken my strong grip bench, which is the narrow. I've overtaken it now with the wide. So that's promising. So I could probably say that this is my strong bench now. But yeah, the wide stuff takes care of all of it. I don't have to do any accessories like the hammer work. You know, where's the hammer? Over there. I used to do a lot of hammer work just to freaking survive. You know, but now I don't need to do any of that. Given any love to the GHD recently? Yeah, not too long ago I did some GHD. Maybe like 2-3 months ago. Yeah, I was doing sets on it. Boris, yeah, I've been watching too much Tom Platz and Mike Menzer thinking every set has to look like you're about to die. Yeah. If you're going to train like that, I'm thinking about the AMRAP period that I did and straight away I yawn. Freaking exhausted, even think about it. Yeah, so I did that. I did that every third day, all out AMRAP set, you know, train to failure. But that means everything else I did in my life was not a failure, was basically just easy. So to do those crazy squats and then to come back and do that crazy bench press and come back and do the crazy RDLs and come back to do the crazy, how's that possible, man? How can you die on every lift you do? Anthony, what's up, man? Anthony, what's going on? And you've not even warmed up yet, and yet dropping some serious philosophy about motivation. Actually, Anthony, you've caught me right at the end, man. I've just finished everything up. I've finished everything up, and I'm sitting here stretching out, and then I'll go back in the house, and that's it. Yeah, I agree. Lemon lime squeeze, you know, for hypertrophy might work, but to get strong, you can't do that, man. You can't get the volume you need under the weights you need when you train for failure. Like, you need quality repetitions, and, you know, might not be the best quality when you know, die on the first set. Yeah, enhancing definitely helps to train for failure, that's for sure. How much? Well, yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, when I feel tired, I you know, I don't kill myself, but I do make sure that I do rock up every day. You know, rocking up is absolute priority, and that usually is the hardest bit. Rock up and warm up. I always say that to myself. We're not going to train today. Just warm up. And 9 out of 10 times when you warm up, you actually feel all right. It's the warming up, man. It's the anticipation of war that gets you kind of lazy. Just say to yourself, I'm just going to go to the gym and warm up. I'm not doing anything else. The moment that sweat starts happening, you start to feel good. That's almost every time. Ethan, do you miss training in a public gym? Do you think it's benefited your training from home? Oh, without a doubt. Dude, training every day like this wouldn't be possible if I had to go to the gym every day. Dude, going to the gym every day, I lose an hour easily just in the transit and all the other stuff that comes associated with public gyms. I save myself an hour every day. Now think about how many times a day I train. without a doubt. And once you get kids, it's almost impossible, you know, to make it to the gym every day with kids. There's always something in the way. But like with the little ones, I'm at home. When I'm training, I'm at home. They're running around. You know, the backyard is secure. They can't run out. They're in front of me when I'm training. I can see them. I'm training. They come here. They chill with me, dude. It's like, it's amazing. It's the best way. The best way. If you want to get serious about training at home, it needs to be the staple. Enhance like that. Oh, Zaboodle, thank you so much for the support, dude. Zaboodle, thank you very much for the gift, man. I appreciate that. All the support that I get like this, you know, is awesome. So it's much appreciated, man. Thank you. Yeah, for sure, Josh. I mean, this is the thing, you know, people buy flat screen TVs, PlayStations, freaking all this fancy stuff for the kitchen and whatever, but people don't want to invest in weights and gym related stuff. It's like, really? You'll buy a brand new car, you'll go on a holiday, you'll buy new clothing and you know, blah 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 blah, but you don't want it like. I just love the gym stuff, man. I love it. This has changed my life for the better. I see so much value in this stuff that I do. And, you know, actually recently I've been thinking about getting another tool, another piece of equipment. It's for my cable machine. It's that fat spinning handle for the cable machine so you can do the arm wrestling on the cable. I've been looking into forearm work again. I haven't done anything for a little while. I'm kind of missing it a bit. I think it's called spinning multi-tool, multi-arm wrestling tool or something like that. It's basically like a handle, but it's fat and it spins on itself. And so like you put the pulley up high, you pull it down a little bit, you know, and then you're just kind of doing wrist curls with it. I'd love that. And then I've seen other stuff as well. I've been doing some Googling recently of like pronators. You can kind of pop into the rack and there's like a cable attached to it and you can do pronation. There's so much cool stuff, man. Like I just want to, you know, obviously I don't want to just buy junk that's laying around on the news, but all that stuff gets me excited, man, more than anything. Carlos, when you did high reps before no dead stop, did you touch a go or slow down the bar yourself? Oh, no, I'd slow down because I don't want to make a racket at home. You know, I don't want to wake the bloody neighbors up and stuff. So you know, slow down, but it's a touch and go. But it's not like a drop. You slow down. I was doing that. You think it's good to invest for a Stairmaster or treadmill? I think it's good to invest in anything that's going to get you going. You know, whatever. We're not all going to be the same. If Stairmaster is your thing, which is very expensive, buy it, man. If you're going to spend thousands of hours on it, freaking hell, it's worth every dollar. Absolutely. There you go. Same punching bag since 2010. Amazing. It's a brutal big issue for a lot of people, including UK residents like myself, is no garage space or a home gym. Yeah, so if you're blessed with enough space like me, I've got a single car garage and I've put everything in here. And I've got, you know, bare bones really. One cable machine. I mean, actually, no, it's not bare bones. I've been blessed. I've got a GHD over here. I've got a belt squat over here. I've got a weight tree here. A full squat rack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 barbells. If you know, I bought the screw-on barbells. My first barbell was one of those screw-on ones. That was my first bar. I still keep it just for memory's sake. I'm not going to get rid of it. That's good memories to see where I started from. And I've got the what's it called, the farmer's carry handles as well. You know, I used to live in a bigger property further away from the city, and now we moved closer, which is more expensive, but that means you get less space. Makes sense. But yeah, I used to freaking get those handles and walk it. You know, big driveway, big freaking backyard, just walk it. And that was good. But ever since moving in here, it's kind of, I don't do it. Rolling Thunder, I think it's called. Oh, okay. I've never heard that before. Rolling Thunder. Do you drink a lot of caffeine with you? I don't do any coffee. I don't do any caffeine at all, man. I learned that when I read Squat Everyday book. When I read the Squat Everyday book by Matt Perryman. Yeah, Matt Perryman. Oh my God, I haven't said that in a long time. Bloody forgot his name. Squat Everyday. If you're interested, you can look it up. It's still available. And he spoke about how it's important to not cloud your fatigue and sleep when you need to sleep. If you're tired, go to sleep. Don't cover it with chemistry and cloud that. You know, if you really need to go sleep, man. And that's gonna. You don't want to go into a workout feeling great when you're actually not feeling great. You just trick your body. And then doing too much in a workout that you're really just not getting the right information from your body because of the caffeine. If you feel tired, adjust your training accordingly. That's my motto, has always been the case. What's the point of feeling tired, not prepared for this crazy workload, taking caffeine to make it seem like you're prepared, but you're not? I don't get that. Yeah, thinking intuitively. Corey, am I Croatian? I guess you can call me Croatian. I was born in Croatia, but I'm actually Serbian, if that makes any sense. I'm Orthodox, born in Croatia. And when I say Orthodox, it's a form of Christianity. It's the Russian and the Greek side of Christianity, not Catholic. So born in Croatia, but identify as Serbian because Serbians are Orthodox and Croatians are Catholic. For people that are not from there, it sounds very confusing, but yeah. We should see how much caffeine boosts your lifts, at least for the maximum efforts, where the pre-coffee I've always... Oh man, there's so many tests like this I'd love to run. So many, you know. All right, boys, it's 8:40. I better run out of here. Training today, would you do in my situation if the primary goal is hypertrophy? I'm still sore in muscles I planned on training today. Oh, dude, if you're sore and it's been several days, give it some more rest. That's the thing, mate. If you're going to go nuts on your training, you're going to have to go nuts on your recovery. You can't have high frequency and go nuts. That doesn't work. It's one or the other. If you're going to do 10 sets of 10 on squats, that shit ain't happening tomorrow as well. You've done enough volume for the entire week, man. So give yourself a week. You can't sit on 2 chairs. Appreciate your lemon lime squeeze. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow, probably same time. Tomorrow is gonna be deadlifts as well, so a longer session. So I'll hopefully to see you guys there. Yeah, go less if you don't want to be as sore and just more frequency. It's the weekly volume that matters. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for chilling out with me, and hopefully I'll see you guys again tomorrow. I'll wrap it up here, fellas. Appreciate you. Peace out.